Hey guys, welcome back to Reach and Reverie. Today is January 7th of 2021, which means it has been just about a week since I last saw you guys. And let me tell you guys, a lot has happened this week, so I really need to catch you guys up on everything that's new on the homestead. These chickens pecking at my feet. I didn't come out and give them treats right away, so look at this. You girls, they're standing in line asking for treats. So this week we actually got cleared by the doctors, and Luis and I and Jeanette, we have all been allowed to go back to work. So I have actually been back to work for 3 days now. I just got off work about 20 minutes ago and came out here to check on the girls and fill you guys in on what has been going on this week. As you can see, all of the snow has melted. And it's a beautiful day. I'm wearing short sleeves today. It's about 60 degrees outside, and that's kind of been the norm this week. It's been a little chilly. Some of the days got up to 50, but today's beautiful, 60 degrees. Going into the weekend, it's gonna drop back down again, and we're actually expecting snow Sunday or Monday. So it's crazy that we're getting these nice warm days, and then it drops back down, and it's been just about every couple weeks we're getting some really cold weather with cold fronts coming through. Now I actually talked to some locals because where I work, there's a lot of traffic where you get to see really experienced people who've lived in the area for years and years and years. And I work at a lumber yard, and so you get a lot of people coming in who work rurally. Where we live is very remote, and they live out in the country, and they, build houses, work on their ranches, and they come in for maintenance. So we get a lot of really great advice from experienced people who've been living in the area. And something that I heard today from several locals, and I had this confirmed every time I'd see one of those old timers come in, and got to really get in and ask them a little bit about their experience. And we have not had this much snow in this region for over 25 years. So that makes me feel a little better about us being a little negligent with that snowfall on that roof. We were not expecting to get that much snow to have the roof collapse in our chicken area. We weren't expecting it. And so that made me, I know I'm responsible for that. I should have been prepared, but it does make me feel a little better that, okay, this was really unusual. Several of the locals were throwing out dates at me, and the general consensus is the last time that this region got a foot of snow in one winter was back in around 1995. So that is like just about 25 years ago that we got this much snow. And the fact that we're expecting snow again this weekend, this is unheard of. It's such a strange season that we're in. And that actually gets me a little excited. I say bring it on. Last spring was my first year gardening at all. And what did I get hit with? I got hit with the hottest, hardest drought that this region has seen in a decade. So I got hit with the hardest growing conditions in my area that I'm probably gonna see while I'm living here. And then I turn around and I say, you know what? I'm gonna try to grow this winter. And we had a really nice hot summer, so we're probably gonna have a nice warm winter, and I'm gonna just grow some fall and winter vegetables. I started a little late. I was having trouble getting germination and successful growing in my back garden bed. As I've talked about in an earlier video, the way that the sun shines in the winter months, I don't get enough sunshine to grow very much in my back garden. So I had really poor success with that, which is why I turned to growing in containers up in the dog yard. And we've updated you with how that's going. And long story short, I thought, I'm gonna try a fall winter garden this year. And it turns out that we get not the coldest, hardest winter in a decade, the coldest, hardest winter in a quarter of a century here. It just blows my mind. So if we can get through this, and if we can handle this, then bring it on. I'm living in this region, and I think it's amazing that I get to be dealt the hardest hand my first year gardening. That way I know in the years to come that I've got this. Anything that comes our way we can handle, and bring it on. Now I'm sure a bunch of you guys are laughing at me like, a foot of snow, oh my gosh, like whatever. But we're not used to that. Like we're southern people out here. And I've told y'all guys in my last video, in the Chihuahuan Desert, in this region, this city that we're living in, it's a desert. We average 2 inches of snowfall a year, and in the 8 years that I've lived here, we've gotten a total of 7 inches of snow combined throughout those 8 years. So we've averaged less than our average every year that I've been here, basically. And so we just weren't not expecting this winter that we've been dealt. So that's really encouraging that we're making it through. I'm gonna update y'all guys with how the garden handled that frost, because we did really get close to losing a couple of our plants. But it's really encouraging, because if we can keep anything alive this winter, then moving forward it gives me a lot more confidence in future winter gardens. And I know what's worked this year. I've known things that I could have prepared better for this year, and things that I may be over prepared for. So I think this experience is just gonna really benefit us moving forward. And instead of being fearful and scared to grow and thinking, oh, why risk it? What if I don't get anything? It gives me even more confidence to just do it. Like, if you're afraid to grow something, if you don't even try, you won't get anything. But if you're afraid to grow something and you know the risks, and then you get struck with even more than what those risks were even imagined, and then you still pull through and you have something to show for it, then that gives you so much more confidence. Just go for it. You never know. Even if it comes to planting late. I planted these seeds a month or two, maybe even 2.5 months late, and I still have food that I'm harvesting for our family in our fall winter garden. And it's just a little container garden. So I really hope that that inspires you. If you guys are living in a city somewhere, or you don't even have but like a little bit of balcony or deck space to grow a garden, get a really nice big pot, get some really nice soil, throw some seeds in there and just see what happens, because any little bit that you grow in your home is going to be healthy food that you can eat for your family, and it's just going to give you so much joy and confidence, especially in this dark winter months when we don't have that much sunlight. Seeing something grow is just really encouraging. So I hope that that gives y'all a little encouragement where you are. If you haven't had the experience or maybe the courage to try gardening this year, it's never too late. It's almost time for a spring garden. We're pretty much halfway through the winter gardening months, so now is the time. Start studying, start reading up a little bit on gardening, watch some YouTube videos, and just get out there and try it. You don't know what you're gonna grow unless you try it. Plant those seeds. Seeds generally like to grow.